Thank you, Madam Mayor, and good evening, City Council members. I just want to start off by expressing my heartfelt sympathies for those impacted by the fires throughout the county. My prayers are with all of them. And like you said, Mayor Lozzi, I think everyone knows somebody who's been impacted, and that impact is beyond what we can imagine, I think, unless you've been through it yourself. I want to thank the men and women of the Palos Verdes Estates Police Department who have been remaining vigilant in our city. There's several of you in the back. I thank all of you. You guys have been doing extra patrols in open and undeveloped areas where fires could start. We've also sent several officers on mutual aid requests to the Eaton fires. These shifts last up to and sometimes over 16 hours by the time they brief, drive there, and get back. I'm very thankful for Corporal Marino, Acting Corporal Alvarez, Officer Zabukovic, Officer Nara, and Officer Zavala for answering the call to serve in that capacity by going out to that Eaton fire. I also had the opportunity to assist at the Eaton fire on Sunday. I was at the command post at the Rose Bowl and even spent some time in the field. While it was devastating to see the destruction, the number of men and women that are there was inspiring. I mean, it was, Corporal, all of these you guys who are out there, you can see there's tents. There are like several tents. I was amazed. There's men and women sleeping in tents, out there so that they can spend time helping those impacted. It was amazing to see. Last week, I sent out a community message regarding the fires throughout LA County. The theme to most of our community messages that we push out has 3 prongs to it. It's basically what is happening, what is your police department doing, and what can you do? So to answer those questions, one thing that we've done is I've placed our entire police department on a tactical alert, which means they can be ordered to respond to Palos Verdes Estates at any time to assist with emergency efforts. In addition, there are several officers who are ready to respond from home with assigned emergency vehicles, which enables a faster response back to the city with lights and sirens if needed. I've been working closely with Chief Kane. Actually, I texted him on the weekend to ask him something about the command post, and he got back to me instantaneously. The communication that we have with him and Station 2 has been outstanding. We continue to maintain constant communications with LA County Sheriff's Department and police departments throughout the South Bay and city officials throughout the peninsula. So we have a text thread going with a lot of officials from Rancho Palos Verdes, Rolling Hills, and Rolling Hill Estates, and that has been very helpful. We've also been in contact with our volunteers with the Disaster District Program, who have checked on our emergency supplies, which are located throughout Palos Verdes Estates to support community responders in the time of a disaster. And we've also worked with Neighborhood Amateur Radio Team, which are volunteer ham radio operators. We successfully tested our radio systems last week. We always work towards public education. Chief Kane mentioned Ready, Set, Go. I encourage each resident to research that. You can just Google it, and there'll be plenty of information that comes up, or you can always ask any of our staff members. We've also been providing tips and advice through our social media platforms, and as Mayor Lozzi already mentioned, Alert South Bay is a vital system. I spoke to a resident in Pasadena when I was out in the field for a bit, and he explained how the evacuation took place in Pasadena, and he didn't get any type of alert. I don't know if he was subscribed or not, but his evacuation basically came from a patrol car with lights and sirens and on the PA system telling him to evacuate. He said with the wind and everything that was going on, it was very hard to even hear what the patrol officer had to say, and the patrol officer had to move on to the next block very quickly. So it is vital that you subscribe to our alert system. I want to reassure everyone that your safety is our top priority. We are committed to doing everything we possibly can to keep our community safe. I urge you to remain vigilant and to report any suspicious activity or potential fire hazards to our police department. As always, for emergencies, you can call 911, and for non-emergencies, our 24/7 dispatch line is 310-378-4211. That concludes my statement. Thank you.
Good, thank you. Well, thank you for all of that. I hope that brings some peace of mind to our residents and friends and neighbors, because we do a lot. A lot is behind the scenes, and people should feel good about the effort that goes into keeping us all safe. he didn't have anything.
Oh.
You have nothing, right? You said you didn't have anything.
I can
to
add a few
Carrie?
more things.
Oh,
Well, then I'm
okay.
sorry. I
I'm
know.
sorry. I thought you said you did not.
No, I do have a few. I just want to echo, I want to thank Chief Kane. It's been very busy, and I want to echo a lot of Chief Halinga's comments. What's the city's role? And I'll maintain, I always maintain that if the admin side of the city, our role is communication, education, getting the word out. I think we've done a pretty good job on that. I will say that the moment the first weather forecast came out, my thinking shifted. I started sort of evaluating and thinking about different players and pieces. The moment the first fire broke out, I called for a meeting with our 2 captains and Chief Halinga and our public works staff. In a real world scenario, 2 of our captains were on the wrong side of the traffic at the fires, and so they did it via their car. But we sat and we talked for about an hour, and we worked out scenarios and started identifying these things. So now what, right? So the what for us is I'm going to continue my evaluation of the city's preparedness efforts and their evaluation. I've spoken with all of you. I want to let the community know that. Chief Halinga is on board with that. We have 2 big hires coming. We have another a deputy city manager starts next week. It's going to be a big part of that person's position. We're going to be interviewing in 2 weeks to have a full-time community services officer / emergency services coordinator, emergency preparedness coordinator. We're very excited about that. And then the last thing I will share, and this has got out there because I can tell by the number of emails Phil and I have been receiving, we are evaluating all of our areas, our brush clearance, and taking a look. As Chief Kane alluded to, it's not easy, it's not costly, it's very costly, but we're going to take a look at it, and we'll be bringing that back to the council, and allowing you to give us direction on where to take that. So I appreciate the community and allowing us to kind of get our ducks in a row and get the word out. I appreciate everyone who's here, and with that, I'll turn it back over to you, Madam Mayor.
Very good. Thank you. Well, Chief Kane, thank you again. I know you have another gig,
Yes.
so it's never ending, but thank you so much for being here, and we appreciate you and your entire team and all that you do for us, so thank you.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate that.
Thanks. So I'm going to go backwards because I neglected, this is the new chair instructions, not the agenda. I neglected to approve the agenda. Sorry, guys. So we're going to go backwards. So I actually would propose that we move the public hearing up before item number 8. I see all the parties for the public hearing are here, and it's always my preference to do that first and move people through that have come here for their item. Any other thoughts? And do I have a motion to approve the agenda as suggested?
Motion to approve?
Okay.
I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye?
Aye.
Okay. Any opposed? All right, great. Thank you. Okay, so now we are going to move to ceremonial matters, and we have swearing in of 2 police captains.
Yes, thank you, Madam Mayor. Okay, we got to change the tone a little bit because this is one of the most exciting things that I get to do with the chief. So Captain Belda, Captain Gomez, can you come on up here, please? You're good right there. Okay. So it's definitely an honor to be able to swear in 2 captains tonight. This ceremony marks a culmination of years of dedication, hard work, and unwavering commitment to the principles and the high ethical standards of the law enforcement profession. Countless challenges and triumphs have marked your journey to this moment. Some of you may have heard me say this before, but I'm a firm believer that adversity is a better teacher than prosperity. And I'll say that again to let it sink in a little bit. Adversity is a better teacher than prosperity. The challenges that we face make us stronger and even more resilient, and both of you are proof of that. This is a significant moment in the history of our department, as we have a couple of firsts tonight. To my knowledge, in our department's 86-year history, this is the first time that we've had 2 new captains promoted within a few months of each other. Also, as a first, Rebecca is our first female captain, which I know Rebecca hopes is inspiring to other women in law enforcement. I'd like to give a brief bio of each of the captains. Captain Aaron Belda is a third-generation law enforcement officer who proudly continues his family's legacy of public service. Inspired by this tradition, Aaron joined the Palos Verdes State Police Department in 2007 and has dedicated his career to ensuring community safety. Throughout his tenure at the police department, Aaron has worked in various assignments, including patrol, motors, detectives, and our special response team. He's also served as both a community liaison officer and a school liaison officer, building strong relationships with residents, businesses, and schools. In addition, he has served multiple leadership roles, such as our traffic sergeant, our raid sergeant, social media sergeant, and our detective sergeant. Throughout his career, Captain Aaron Belda has served the Palos Verdes State's community with distinction, upholding the department's mission to provide exceptional public safety and service. And Captain Rebecca Gomez began her career as an explorer with the San Gabriel Police Department. She later graduated from the Rio Hondo Police Academy amongst the top of her class and was hired full-time as a police officer for the city of San Gabriel. Known for her work ethic and investigative skills, Rebecca advanced from patrol to the special enforcement team, where she worked undercover investigations, including narcotics, gangs, and human trafficking. Rebecca was promoted to sergeant in 2016 and gained an expertise in critical incident management, and later served as the Administrative Services Bureau Commander, spearheading department-wide training, hiring, and professional development initiatives. Rebecca also co-founded many community engagement programs to strengthen ties with underserved communities. Rebecca holds a bachelor's degree in criminal justice management and a master's degree in legal studies. She is a passionate advocate for leadership and mentorship, and she remains active in organizations like Women Leaders in Law Enforcement. Her accolades include being recognized as the 2018 Woman of Achievement by the California State Senate. Now, in the time that the three of us have been working together, I can say the combination of these two captains' experience is invaluable in leading this department to carry out our mission of keeping Palos Verdes Estates as safe as possible. I've set a vision of our department to be focused on relationship-based policing and servant leadership, and I'm absolutely thrilled that these two captains are alongside me to carry out that vision. To both of you. As captains, you are entrusted with greater responsibilities, and I have no doubt that you will rise to meet these challenges with the same courage and determination that brought you to this point in your career. You represent all of us wearing this uniform with these shoulder patches that say Palos Verdes Estates. You also represent those standing alongside of us, including our city manager, Carrie Coleman, and our city council, all of whom are dedicated to keeping Palos Verdes Estates as safe as possible. They are all very grateful for your service to the city. Those standing beside us also include the vast majority of PVE residents who love this police department. And I want to make something very clear to both of you. That love and support that we receive from the community, from the city manager, and from the city council is not to be taken for granted. That love and support is earned each day by your service, your time, your devotion, and your sacrifice to the city. But not only that, most importantly, that love and support is earned by making the right decision time and time again and not compromising your integrity. We are entrusting you to protect people, to protect property, and enforce laws. In my opinion, this is the most noble profession, and we are counting on you to faithfully honor the oath you're taking tonight. To the families of Rebecca and Aaron, I really thank you for lending them to me, to our department. This profession in general, and being a son of a police officer, I know the toll that it can take on families, and I know the toll that it takes on my own family, and it's a significant sacrifice, and I absolutely recognize that, and I thank you for being here tonight. But not only does this profession have that type of sacrifice, but I will be honest with you, being on command staff, being a captain or a chief, it requires an additional layer of that. I apologize in advance for all the texts that I will send them after hours and the phone calls that they will receive from sergeants and residents after hours. But I really want to thank you for your support and lending them to us. All right, with that said, I'm going to officially swear them in. All right, I state your name.
I, Rebecca Gomez,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
and that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of police captain for the city of Palos Verdes Estates.
of police captain for the city of Palos Verdes Estates.
Congratulations. So as customary, I'm going to invite Danielle and Caden to come up and pin the badge. But just for one moment, on a very personal note, because there's a lot of things I said in this speech that I wanted to get across. But when I read something, it doesn't feel as personal. So Aaron, on a personal side, we've worked together for almost 20 years. I could tell a story right now to make you laugh about a call that we were on, but I'm not sure if everyone would get it. But we've been through so many things together. We've been through so many funny calls. We still tell those stories. I know retired Captain Barber's here somewhere. Where are you at, Steve? He's okay. And Steve's the same way, where we just have so much fun together. And then there's those calls that are traumatic. That still to this day, Aaron and I think about that and think about how hard it was to do some of the things that we've done together. I'm so happy to have you as a captain. We've worked closely together for several years, but especially over the last, I'd say, 2 years. There were many times where we went through challenges and adversity, as I spoke of, especially within the last 2 years. And you have an amazing ability to provide customer service. If when you retire here, Ritz-Carlton will probably pick you up. And it is like walking into the Ritz-Carlton if you come across Captain Belda and the customer service he provides, especially to our community members. So thank you very much. All right, Danielle, would you mind coming up?
For those of you, can you hear me in the back? For those of you that I haven't had the pleasure of meeting yet, I'm Aaron Belda. And for those of you who do know me, I think will agree when I say that I've never been accused of being short-winded. There's an ongoing joke circulating downstairs within the police department that somebody from the city should start the 3-minute timer so we're not here all night. I promise to get through this quickly. I just want to say a few things. To the members of the City Council, thank you very much. My sincerest gratitude for your steadfast support of our police department. Thank you for honoring Captain Gomez and I here tonight. Chief Olinga, thank you for your ongoing, and when I say ongoing, I mean it never stops, your leadership and your guidance throughout my career. I really do. I respect you deeply, and I
Thanks.
look up to you in more ways than you know.
Thank you, Aaron.
Yeah. To the men and women of the Palos Verdes Estates Police Department, your dedication and commitment to what you do, everybody standing in the back, and the service that you provide to our community, it inspires me every day, and I'm truly honored to work alongside each and every one of you. To the community members of Palos Verdes Estates, thank you for your continued support of our police department. And, you know, I'm very passionate about the law enforcement profession and the service that we provide to this great community. And I'm a firm believer that trust is earned, and your trust that you've placed in us to provide you the service that we provide really is the foundation of everything that we do. Thank you for honoring us with the ability to provide that service to you in this capacity. And then to my family, thank you for your love and encouragement. Your support makes everything possible for me. It's not specifically to my wife. It's not easy being married to somebody that works in the law enforcement profession. The schedule is unforgiving, and it comes with a significant amount of worry. And so thank you for continuing to put up with me. And to all my family that's made it here tonight, thank you very much for your support. I love you all. One last person. Where is Steve Barber?
He's here.
Retired Steve Barber, recently retired Captain Steve Barber. Well, if you see him, thank him for retiring for me.
It's pretty classic that he left.
I'll end with this. I'm very excited to step into this role and continue to serve the city of Palos Verdes Estates and its residents. And I promise to do so with integrity and compassion. And thank you all for being here.
All right, Captain Gomez. And Teddy, come on up. So Captain Gomez, Teddy's going to pin the badge on Captain Gomez. But before you do this, I'm going to say a couple things about your mom, okay? So Captain Gomez and I have known each other for about 3 months. And she interviewed. We had, I think we had lunch for our interview. And she did such an outstanding job. And what I was trying to develop was a cohesive command staff team that had varying experiences. So Captain Gomez, during our interview and on her resume and things that were relayed to me afterwards, you know, she really had a really wide experience, and she promoted very quickly at San Gabriel Police Department. And it's not an easy task to come into an agency from the outside, and it's a lot harder, I'll be honest with you, to come in as a captain. And I truly believed in Rebecca. I believe she had what it took or what it takes to do that. And during the last 3 months of her being onboarded with us, she's brought so much valuable content to the conversations that we have in our command staff meetings. She's taught me many things about the training and ways that we can improve our department. And I'm just so happy to have you on board. I do want to thank Captain Nakamura from the San Gabriel Police Department. Ricky and I went to the police academy together, and we've stayed in touch for the last 20 years. And he was someone that I reached out to, someone that I could definitely trust. And when I called him and said, hey, what is Sergeant Gomez about? He had nothing but good things to say, even though I know it left his department a little short-staffed. So thank you, Ricky. I'm glad we went to the academy together. I'm glad we know each other, and thanks for the recommendation.
You'll pay me back one.
So congratulations. All right, Teddy, you go for it.
Serious mic drop.
You wanted to drop the mic, Teddy, right?
That's what he wanted to do.
Best. God gave Captain Belda all the charisma. And then there's me. I'm going to be reading from a piece of paper because I want to make sure that I don't miss anybody. And I want to make sure that I say what I want to say because this is a unique opportunity to address all the people that have not only supported me, but that brought me here, including Chief Halinga. So Just greetings, everyone, and also I want to express my deepest gratitude, especially to City Council for your faith in me, to City Manager Carrie Coleman, and Chief Halinga for believing in me and my potential, for bringing me in. I really hope to do you both proud, as well as the department. It's an incredible opportunity, and to the men and women of PD, I see a lot of you back there. Thank you so much for entrusting me as a leader within the organization and for putting your faith in me. I promise you I don't take it lightly, and I'm definitely going to do my best to serve and honor the patch and the badge, and you guys especially, so thank you. It's really humbling. Taking this oath is one of the greatest honors of my life and in my career. I'm so happy that a lot of my family was able to join me here. To my family and friends who are here, and even those that are not, I'm deeply aware of the fact that I am here today because of the love and support from all of you. Without you, I would not be here at all, my siblings especially. This is another reason why I wrote my speech down, because if I ramble, I will get emotional, guaranteed. Guaranteed. Leaving my hometown of San Gabriel was not an easy decision. It was a leap of faith, I'll be honest. And special thanks to Captain Nakamura for encouraging me to expand my horizons, because I gotta say, there is something really special about PVE. I figured it out the moment I stepped foot here and started kind of doing my research and learning about Chief Halinga and his vision for this department. Very special from the beginning, and I immediately recognized what a unique opportunity it was going to be, and it has been so far, to be able to work for Chief Halinga. His vision and leadership style is a big part of the reason that I was drawn to this place and initially applied and put my best foot forward to work here. San Gabriel will always be my origin story, but PVE is where I found my home and where I see my future, so thank you. I'm committed to serving you all with integrity and dedication. Once again, thank you, City Council, so much. I look forward to working with you, as I have been for the last couple months, but City Manager Carrie Coleman and Chief Halinga, and my family and friends that are here, thank you guys so much.
While you're all coming down, I want to add something. One of the things I've been sharing with the council and the community is we're trying to create a family here amongst our staff. We talk a little bit about upstairs, downstairs, and mending those two, bringing those things together. And I know that these two leaders are going to be a big part of that. We spent a lot of time talking about the fires and the realities of their lives and their jobs, and they couldn't get here in traffic. I think it was Wednesday morning last week I got here, I'm proud to announce, about 6 a.m., and that's when Captain Gomez and Teddy was with her. And I said, oh, it's Bring Your Son to Work Day. And she said, you know what? School's out, there's nowhere to go, and he needed to be with me. And I was like, wonderful. And I don't do it for thank you. I do it that you had the confidence and the trust in the chief and what we're all trying to create with the city council and make it a place. And came and checked on Teddy a little bit later in the day and gave you an ice cream tip. I hope you got to go there. And so nice. Anyways, I just want everyone that works here in the council and the community to know this is what we're working towards. This is what we're creating, and it makes me emotional to see it working. So thank you.
Try to move everyone closest to the diet.
Where's my England? Same.
Yeah, you guys have a if you could just move all the way back, I think that's going to give you the most room.
All right.
I'll go way back.
Let's see. Too tall. You're gonna have to go here. We're gonna have to go sideways. No.
If you face in a little
So,
bit.
yeah, that's good. That's good. And the captain, if you would. Yeah, perfect.
Stand in front of somebody.
No, I don't want any of that. Just leave a little peekaboo window so I can see the people behind you. Okay. So just move back a little bit and they'll look over your shoulders.
There we go.
Okay, if you two look the same. Big smiles, one more, and for the blinkers, there we go.